Recreation and leisure time refers to the free time activity done for enjoyment when one is not working or occupied. Leisure is defined as freedom from the demands of work or duty. Everybody needs leisure in their lives to balance the stress of work and life. Leisure helps individuals to rejuvenate and relax so that to perform activities better in their lives. People utilize their free time in a variety of different ways, such as engaging in outdoor activities, entertainment like watching movies or television, or just spending time to themselves. The other activity people enjoy doing is just to socialize with family and friends. Leisure is an essential part of life which helps people to relax and relieve from stress. The major reason that leisure time is important is that it provides an individual the balance needed to focus on his or her other more stressful day-to-day chores. Leisure time not only relieves boredom and stress but also promotes one's physical and emotional health. It gives rest to a person's mind from daily stress when he takes time to focus on enjoyable leisure activities. This allows him to be more focused when the time comes. Recreation and leisure time activities can be beneficial in variety of ways. Immune system of the individual is enhanced when he is active. Physical activity can help prevent or maintain control in some chronic illnesses such as heart disease, diabetes, arthritis, and even some types of cancer. When physical activity is done for a consistent period, it will improve overall quality of life and assist in longevity. The examples are exercising, playing games, jogging, cycling, swimming, or basketball. Moving can assist in stretching muscles and in turn increase flexibility. Active hobbies which involves moving will help to stretch the muscles and gives energy to the individuals. Examples are games, walking, yoga, stretching, swimming, painting or dancing. Many of the leisure time activities will challenge the mental abilities and improves problem solving skills. Majority of them also provide mental stimulation during the process of completing the task. The examples are word searches, crossword puzzles, brain games, Sudoku or card games. Often, people engage in recreation activities because they enjoy doing them and it helps to relieve stress in their lives. Sometimes, having such ideas itself may create a calm atmosphere which in turn reduce stress. The examples are cooking or baking, gardening, taking a walk, singing, reading or playing a musical instrument. An individual feels satisfied about his life when he gets opportunities to regularly take part in recreation activities. This has significant implications on mental health and in turn physical health is enhanced. Leisure activities when involved, other people can create social opportunities and paving way to improve self-esteem. The examples include card games, board games, shopping, knitting or scrapbooking. Recreation is often a break from monotony and a change from the daily schedule. It is a constructive change from the conventional lifestyle and involves an active engagement in entertaining activities that one is interested in. Few examples of leisure time activities are reading, playing or listening to music, watching movies or television, gardening, hunting, hobbies, sports, studies and travel. Not all leisure activities can be considered wise, healthy or socially acceptable or useful, as told by Bruce during 1995. Recreation is of two types, passive and active. Recreational activities can also be classified as indoor and outdoor ones. Recreation can be done in two ways. One can recreate in a group or recreate alone. Group recreational activities include team games, group travel and sports. To recreate alone, one can engage in one's own hobby, turn to sources of entertainment like playing video games, web browsing, reading, watching movies and sometimes traveling solo also. Passive recreation involves activities that require minimum amount of physical activity like taking a walk in the park or pathways. They require minimum facilities and, as the name implies, they do not demand much effort and rather focus on one's entertainment or leisure. Active recreation is about engaging in adventure sports or outdoor games. These activities may require considerable facilities and, as the name suggests, they demand physical or mental effort. Outdoor activities include sports, adventure, traveling and activities one engages in for amusement. They are undertaken outside the confines of buildings, so they provide exposure to nature and allow one to explore the outdoors. Mainly, outdoor activities are physically rewarding and benefit the individual socially as it involves team participation also. Indoor recreational activities typically include indoor games and pursuit of hobbies and activities that one engages in for entertainment. Clubs and recreational centers offer leisure activities for people of all age groups and abilities. While some avail of such facilities, others prefer to engage in activities of their choice from the comfort of their homes. Recreational activities give one an opportunity to spend time with him or herself. Family excursions give some family time and promote healthy family bonding. Group activities and team games offer ample opportunities to meet new people, make new friends and socialize. Some help in developing leadership qualities and interpersonal skills. It is about engaging in exploration, sports or outdoor games. These recreational activities require the movement of large muscle and physical potential of the body. The health benefits of physical activity include a reduced risk of cardiovascular diseases, some types of cancer, osteoporosis, diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, depression, stress and anxiety. Physically active hobbies are most beneficial when they are done routinely. It also promotes mental health by providing a cushion for stress and creating a sense of balance. Social recreation also plays an important role as much as the physical activity does. Research reveals the need and importance of social networks in maintaining health. Leisure activities have the potential to widen social involvement and friendships in many ways. For many recreational activities such as playing cards or being on a sports team need the involvement of others. Other leisure activities such as watching movies, television or participating in music concerts are often just reasons to get together with friends and help maintain social relationships. There are a lot of recreational activities which help the people to enjoy and relax. These can be divided into two types, that is, indoor activities and outdoor activities. Based on the interest and availability of resources, people choose to get engaged in such activities. Few people like outdoor activities such as baseball, football, etc., while others prefer indoor activities such as volleyball and table tennis. Sports such as baseball, volleyball, cricket, basketball and such different games can serve as very good recreational activities. Some individuals adore spending time in sports activities which help them exert physically and also enjoy playing. Outdoor sports like the one mentioned also provide with the means to exercise and hence happen to be one of the best forms of recreation. People who are courageous take interest in activities like mountain biking, skiing, mountaineering, bungee jumping and similar other activities. Some of the adventurous activities fall under the category of extreme sports as they create thrill and excitement. Though they involve a certain amount of risk, surely they would serve as a source of recreation for those enjoying it. Recreational activities like singing, reading, listening to music, watching movies, dancing, aerobics or pursuits of hobbies serve as the best means to entertain any individual. The hobbies are the activities that really gives pleasure at any given point of time. These are the activities people truly like to get engaging in, and engaging in something that one love to do is surely recreation. Video games, computer games and surfing the internet are some of the examples of recreational activities most of us like to engage in. Tourism, partying, shopping, visiting parks, museums and places of historical importance are the means of recreation for many. Outdoor recreational activities can vary from simple nature walks to skiing. Private clubs or government organizations often plan and organize group recreational activities that serve as means of recreation, for example, sports, cultural activities and social gatherings. Clubs and recreation centers offer a variety of recreational programs for people of different ages and varied interests. Participation in leisure activity has a role to play in personal development. It improves psychological and mental functioning and gives rise to feeling of physical, psychological and social competence. It is extremely enjoyable and can increase a person's resistance to stress. Research has consistently indicated that physically and socially active recreation and leisure activities are related to a higher quality of life in the general population as well as people with various special needs. This is especially true of activities that help people feel a part of neighborhood life, including such simple activities as eating in a restaurant, visiting a library or walking in a park. But research has also found strong relationships between physical activity and physical health as well as between physical activity and mental health. These leisure activities and experiences provide the same benefits to individuals with visual impairment as they do for their peers who are sighted. Leisure activities are often viewed as optional. They are valued to people with visual impairment may not be recognized. Without specific instruction to master prerequisite skills and modifications, students who are blind or visually impaired are frequently excluded from such activities. Many of the motor skills learned during childhood do not develop naturally in students who are visually impaired. Moreover, parents have overprotective behavior toward these children and their participation in leisure activities often discouraged. The provision of specific, timely instruction and opportunities to practice newly acquired skills will ensure students derive pleasure from participation in an array of recreational and leisure activities. Persons with visual impairment face significant challenges in accessing the world. These individuals may be unwilling to move freely and comfortably, or out of anxiety, society restricts movement of the visually impaired individual. Research shows that the lack of participation in physical and social activities hinder many other areas of development that can ultimately result in unemployment, lack of participation in the community, social isolation, psychological maladjustment, and a host of physiological infirmities. Unfortunately, school-aged individuals who are visually impaired tend to be less physically active than their peers without visual impairments. Further, among individuals with disabilities, those with visual impairments tend to be among the least active, because individuals with visual impairment are less physically active than their peers without disabilities or with disabilities other than visual impairment. They are at greater risk for experiencing health-related problems such as obesity. Leisure time management is the act or process of planning and exercising conscious control over the amount of leisure time spent on specific activities, especially to utilize the free time to enjoy and relax. Individuals with visual impairment should be oriented about the recreation activities which could be performed utilizing other senses than sight, such as music. News programs and radio plays can also be listened to, and music and television also have audio elements that can be enjoyed apart from the visuals. It is a known fact that though varieties of skills are required for the visually impaired, cooking also encompasses texture, smell, and taste. Gardening is another recreation activity that is rich with sensations. The visually impaired can also do some physical activities that focus on the movement of the bodies, such as exercising, walking, swimming, or martial arts. It is natural that each and every individual has his own inclination towards a preferred activity. Students with visual impairment should be allowed to promote their area of interest. It is substantial to expose them to a wide range of leisure activities so that to help them aware about available varieties of leisure activities. Students who are visually impaired do not have the same opportunity to visually observe and imitate the activities available. Accessibility to recreation activities is a major issue of concern in which cost and material adaptations play vital roles. Also, students may need to equip themselves with certain specific skills required to participate in the activity. The instruction of recreation skills should be properly planned and carefully taught and should aim at enhancing lifelong skills. Often, visually impaired students do not experience the same opportunities for recreation as their sighted peers get in the early years. Recreational and leisure activities can provide an opportunity for the enhancement of motor skills, social skills, language skills, and fitness. These students should be exposed to as many age-appropriate recreational activities as possible, which will best prepare them for future inclusion and independence. Each person will have their own interests and preferences, but it is important to help a student discover a lifelong leisure activity. Examples of activities include art and crafts, reading, culture, fitness, outdoor and community activities. Each student should be encouraged to participate in recreational activities with their peers. The student should be encouraged to choose an object to play with or an activity when presented with options. They should also be encouraged to play simple card, board and table games, identify various community activities and facilities. They should also be encouraged to participate in club activities, identify and choose appropriate leisure activities and hobbies, as well as they should also be encouraged to play age-appropriate games enjoyed by peers and cooperate in team activities. The teachers should support the inclusion of students with visual impairment in group activities. They should be sure that students play and talk with classmates rather than sit on the sidelines. They should describe choices of activities that are available at recess. During games, the teachers should allow students to mingle with sighted partners. They should also remember that students who are visually impaired need support from the staff during periods of free play on the playground. The visually impaired students should be able to participate in most recreational activities except for those that require good visual acuity. They should build the self-confidence of students by assisting them to have a try. The teachers should take the student through an activity or game a couple of times before requiring independent movement. Motor imitation is a visual skill for the sighted students, whereas the visually impaired need to experience the activity physically. Access to some activities may be constrained for students with visual impairment. To broaden opportunities, modifications and adaptations are necessary. Local museums and galleries would really be a cultural activity to spend the leisure time. Prior to planning a field trip or visit, the possibility of making the experience accessible has to be confirmed with the museum officers. They may offer audio recordings or have a special tour. Some museums provide programs in Braille. The visually impaired can certainly continue to enjoy the theatre, art, music, singing in chorus, dining out with friends and family, and other social and cultural activities. Many of the individual physical activities require least modifications, such as swimming, camping, and athletics. As far as students with vision impairment are concerned, modifications are especially required for the team games. The students may have difficulties with activities such as fast ball games. International rules for the disabled apply in some sports. Some games have been developed specifically for visual impairment and sighted children can also play. The games include blind cricket and goal ball. Exposure to a variety of recreation and leisure activities allow students make informed choices. Simple games can be adapted easily, but it may be more challenging to adapt team sports. Although games can be adapted, students will need to acquire the motor skills required to fully participate in the games. Specific skills required to play in games should be taught to them separately. The teacher should be aware that some of the students are more at risk for retinal detachment. They should also keep in mind that some eye conditions can be aggravated by vigorous physical activity. In such cases, the student should either be refrained from the activity or it should be modified. Many other activities can be adopted so that they are accessible to the blind. The blind can access books through the reading of someone else, audio tapes, or by scanning books into a computer and having them read by text to speech software. This software, along with speech to text software and braille displays, can also make it possible for visually impaired people to use computers and the internet to reach plenty of information, play games, and communicate with others. The playing games is a lifelong leisure time activity that fosters social interactions. In order to be accessible to a student with visual impairment, they may need to be adapted. Some board and card games are available in large print or braille. The operations of the games need to be taught before the student starts to play with sighted peers. Card and board games can be adapted in braille as well as large print and made in accessible format. Commercially available games that have been adapted with braille also help the visually impaired to utilize their leisure time. Large print cards can be purchased or made for students with low vision. So viewers, today in this unit we had discussed about various leisure time activities and the adaptations made for the leisure activities for visually impaired students. Thank you.